Hello and welcome to Creating with Shannon and Pickin' Boots. Of course, I'm Shannon, and we are going to start a spooky project. Thank you for joining me. I have all my stuff laid out here on my work table. But before I show you that, I promised you all that I was going to do a giveaway, and where did I put it? Anyway. It's the Blitz mold by Iron Orchid Designs. It's a fun mold. And where did it go? Oh, there it is. I've got it right here. Ta-da. This one. I'm going to give this away to one lucky winner today. And I'll tell you in a little bit how I'm going to give that away. Chances are, if you're catching this on the replay, I've already given it away. But if you're catching me live, you have the chance to win. Okay, so last week, if you remember, I just got the mail and I unboxed one of my new molds. And let me just share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. A, B. Got a lot going on right here, but this is what we're going to be working on. But so this is the one that I showed you. This one. Look at this. The skulls and the bones. This one is not the brand that I carry, but I had to get it. Let me see. Hello, Deborah. Oh, Louisiana. Awesome. Okay, so this was the mold that I got. And this one, I believe, is by, oh gosh, who is this by? Finnabar. So I bought that one. Had to have it. Then TH Decor, Teresa, had this one. This is the one that I was waiting for. Look at this one. These are candelabras or chandeliers. Aren't these just amazing? Especially if you are a big Halloween fan like me. These totally can be, for fancy stuff, castles or anything, princesses or whatever. But see, when I see this, I see spooky in Halloween. I've already precasted my molds just so you could kind of see the demolding. You'll notice that this one is black. Hey, Kim. I'm staring at you up there. Isn't that skeleton just adorable? Now, I haven't played with him yet or the black resin. I'm going to tell you how I got the black resin in just a minute. Let me clean up my workspace just a bit so it's not so busy. Oh, the chandeliers, I know. The chandeliers are everything. Now, they're not IOD, but that's okay. You can still order them. I got mine off TH Decor. She's in Atlanta. She is the owner of Decoupage Queen, but she also has her own stuff that she sends out. So look at these. Now, we're going to unmold these in just a minute. I did use a quick set resin, I'd use this one. Amazing. 10 minutes. But to get the black, what I did was I saw this from Lexi Granger. She had a link, and this was off of Amazon. So, of course, I've always wanted to do the black resin, so I had to get it. So this is the black resin. I just added a couple drops. The directions specifically are on the back. So it depends on how much resin you mix up. So that is what I did here. Skeletons. And I cannot wait to demold them. But I'm even looking more forward to these. There was a little bit of black residue left when I mixed this batch. I did it back to back. There was a little bit black, so they kind of turned out gray, which is fine because it kind of looks almost silverish. Let's see, Kim. Do you sell the chandelier mold? No, I do not sell that one. With my IOD, I can only sell the IOD brand, but this one is by Zuri. And after this, I'll drop a link of where you can get it from TH Decor. She has them. She's in Atlanta. She's really fast. Thanks, Diana. Really fast shipping. I think I got it, within a couple days. So totally worth it. I don't remember how much it was because it didn't matter how much it was. I was going to buy it anyway. It's just something that I had to have. All right. So this is what we're going to be working on today. So they have, when I ordered through Decoupage Queen, I sell these in the store. They're from Snipart. And there's all different designs. Let me just open it so you can see it. Let me push these up here. And these are really good for when you're not really sure what you want to do with something. Like for instance, my new molds. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, so I figured I could just use this, and I could make a practice or just a cute project with this, because this will actually help me sell these in the shop. Even though I can't sell the actual molds, what I can do is I'm going to be casting a few of these, and I'll be able to sell them already precast, so you can just buy them already made. All right, so let me show you this one. This size is 9025. I don't know exact name, but I do have some of these in the shop. So let me just show you what parts it comes with. So it has the outer, and then it has the next layer, which is really decorative and fun. And then it goes on top of this one. And then, of course, you have the background. Now, this middle pops out, and we're going to be decorating it. So probably what we're going to do is we're going to just do different layers. I don't know if I'm going to actually use this one or not. Last time I used one of these, I did use it, but I don't know if it needs it, because we're going to be incorporating both the chandelier and the skull and bones. And then we'll put that back in there, and we might, I'll figure it out. But, so for these two layers, one of them I'm going to put on, let me grab it real quick, it's right here, the gold flakes. Love, love, love. These are super easy to use. So I'm going to be using the gold flakes on one, but then on this one, I'm going to be using the velvet powder. I absolutely love the velvet powder. It is amazing. It feels just like, have you ever touched like in the jewelry box and that velvet? That's the kind of feel it gets. It's fun. I used some white velvet powder on Santa's outfit, like the fuzzy part, and it was just so soft. And I used red on Santa's bag. I love it. It just feels so soft. So before though I can put the flakes or the velvet on, I need to apply the tacky glue. So let's do that. So I'm going to apply the tacky glue so we can tack up while we demold the fun new stuff. Uh-oh. Oh, it ended. Your video just ended. Technical difficulties? Okay, so did I end on Facebook or did I end on YouTube? It's so frustrating. You know, I don't do anything different each time. It's always the same thing. And for some reason, YouTube or Facebook drops me, probably because they don't like me being on the two different platforms at the same time, maybe. It'd be great if am I alive with anybody out there? Could you please just let me know? Because if not, I need to restart. I'm going to get my phone and see if I can do that. Okay, we're good on Facebook. Thank you, Stephanie. So, I guess maybe we're just having technical difficulties with YouTube. Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay. So maybe it was on her end. Anyway, I appreciate you guys answering me. I don't know what's going on, but sometimes I get cut off and it doesn't really tell me that I'm cut off. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but it does always record it to my hard drive and then I just upload it later. I apologize. Anywho, let's get back. So I'm going to use the Decor Glue Tacky. This is by Pentart, and what you do is you just put it on. It goes on white. Then when it dries clear, but it's tacky, like it's sticky. So that's what we're going to do on here. So we're going to do it to both of them. Okay, thank you, Nancy. I appreciate it. I'm thinking it's Nancy. Yes, Nancy. All right, I appreciate it. Okay, so let's think of how I'm going to pick a winner for this. Because it doesn't matter if you live in California or Tennessee or Florida. If you're local, you can pick it up. If you live far away, I'm going to mail it to you free of charge. But this is just my way of saying thank you for watching my live videos. I sincerely appreciate it. I know my audience is not that big, but I appreciate each and every one of you. So, by the end of the video, I'm just going to randomly probably pick somebody. But if you have an idea of what I can do to how I could pick my winner, that'd be great, because I definitely want to give that away. All right. Let's go ahead with the tacky glue. So all you do is simply just brush it on. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Hold on. I'm jumping ahead of myself. I think because somebody telling me that my video was edited on one of the platforms, I got a little discombobulated. Before I add the tacky glue, let me just drop my brush. I need to paint. And I just broke my... It started off today with a very unfavorable comment on one of my YouTube videos. And then it's just been a day from you know what all day long. So I'm just going to throw this brush away. Okay. Before I put the tacky glue on, I'm just backing up a little here. I thank you for bearing with me. You generally want to paint the background whatever color you're going to be using. So for this here, I'm going to be using gold. So I'm going to want to use a yellowish color. And for the velvet, I'm going to be using a black. So I want to paint the background black. So let's do that first. And I'm going to start with the more intricate. And I am going to put on a glove only because, not that I don't like to get paint on my hand, but I'm going to be doing so many things and I don't want to take the time to have to stop and wash my hands every time. It's easier for me to just take a glove on and off. Because of this design, I'm going to be getting black all over my gloves, so it's just easier to put gloves on. Okay, so I'm using the black acrylic paint by Pentart, and this is the glossy one. I like the glossy one. I use this one a lot because I use this one. It works really good with those pigments that I like to use, the chameleon pigments or the chrome pigments, the one that makes it really shiny. Okay. But look already how beautiful that is. So these can be totally for Christmas. They can be for weddings. They can be for whatever. But it generally adapts to whatever color you're painting. So look at this. Look how spooky. Let me just move this mold out of the way. Look how kind of spooky it already looks, right? I know it's fall and Halloween's, you know, a good month away, but I just cannot wait for it to cool down just a little. You fellow Floridians, I think you know what I mean. Just a little would be nice. We've had so much rain. Different pattern because normally it rains in the afternoon, but lately it's been raining in the mornings. I was recording a video yesterday morning at my shop, and with the new roof, you could just hear it in the background. It sounded like my audio was off when I was trying to edit it, and I was like, it was just the rain. All right, Kim. Oops, this one. Is that regular acrylic paint? Yes, it's regular acrylic paint by Pentart, but it is glossy. Oh, good, Diane. I'm back. Thank you. Yay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. So we're just painting this, Diane, just to catch you up. This is one layer, and we're using black. After this paint dries, we're going to use the tacky glue, because then we're going to put the black velvet over it. But you always want to have the background painted in whatever color velvet powder you're going to use, because if not, it just doesn't look as nice, because sometimes the velvet powder could go on a little bit thinner in certain places, but this way it's the same color. Melanie, I agree. So hot. Yes. Oh, it feels like Florida is 11 months of summer and 1 month of the other 3. Okay, put that in some water. Okay, see, now the reason why I use the gloves is because see how it's all dirty? That would be all over my hand. Now I can just throw that away. My hands are clean, and I can go to the next part because I'm going to be doing this one in yellow. And now, this is not exactly the right mix, but this is the only yellow that I have here at my home studio, so I'm just going to use it. And by the time I get the gold flakes on, you're really not going to see the yellow. It's not as finicky, let's say, as the velvet powder. So we're just doing the background, and I do have a little bit of red paint in there because I mixed. Ooh, I forgot to put my glove on. Oh well, I'll just be very careful. And I'm only going to put one coat on. Now this is just regular acrylic paint by Pentart also. It is not glossy. It is just, it's matte. Let me show you. There we go. I really like these acrylic paints by Pentart. They're a good size and they last a long time, except if you don't put the lid on tight. But I guess that's with everything. All right, so let's see. How am I going to give away this Blitz mold? Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll ask a question and who can get it right? That would be a good one. Though some of you would not have any idea of some of my questions. Like I was going to ask, what year did I get started with my shop, Pickin' Boots Vintage? But a lot of you wouldn't know that unless you're local. I'll think of something. All right, so I'm just trying to put a nice even coat. I'm not worrying too much about the sides yet. It does have a nice brown color to it. Once I get all the different layers on, then I kind of go back and I look at what I need to do. All right, so I'll put this to the side to dry also. Once those dry, then I will put the tacky glue on. Oh my gosh, where? Southern Louisiana. Oh yeah, I guess that does make sense. Yeah, muggy, right? Oof. When does Louisiana start to cool down? Does it cool down anytime soon? All right, let me put the cap on it because I want to save. All right, so while that's drying, let's look at our first mold. I'm so excited. So I haven't pulled them out. You don't know how bad I wanted to pull these out, but I was like, no, I'm going to wait and do it live. This is my first time using this mold. First time using the black resin. I guess I should have probably have waited to mix it with you all, but yeah, I couldn't wait. All right, so let's pop out the side skeleton first. Oh, look at that. Look at that detail. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on this camera just to scotch real quick. Just so you can see better. Look at him. It's just great details. Look, you can see his teeth and everything. 67 degrees. Oh my goodness. I'm coming for a visit. Okay. Now let's do a bone. Whoa. Look at how cool that is. Wow. Such great detail. Would really be cool if this mold was like a whole skeleton body, and then that way I could just put it together. That'd be fun. Okay, now for the big end. Oh, sorry, I'm getting out of the focus. It's hard when I'm zoomed in so close. All right, let's flip this out. Oh, look at him. Oh my gosh, I love him. All right, let me zoom back out just a scotch. All right, and we'll go back to... All right, so now these are the bones. Look at them. Aren't they awesome? Okay, next, we're going to do the candelabra. Now, looking at my mold, it doesn't look like there was any damage or anything from the resin being in it. Everything looks still intact, looks good, and this is just a little bit of a drip that I had, so that's good. So I'll definitely be using this one again. Now, this is a totally different company, totally different brand, and different material. So, let's see. Okay, So for Louisiana, October. Okay, October it gets cooler. Oh, aren't they? Oh my gosh, Diana, you would wait to see them in person. If you like this kind of stuff, you definitely want to order one. Okay, so let's do the candelabra. Here's a candelabra, two candlesticks, different sizes, and then this one is a big chandelier. I'm going to save the chandelier for last. So let's go ahead and do this one. Now, I did have a little bit of overage here, but ooh, you can just pull that off. And if it's too hard to pull off, you can use scissors. But look at that. It's like a real candlestick. And because I used the leftover amount of black that was in my resin, it came out almost silver. So it looks like a silver candlestick. Ooh, I love it. All right, let's put that over here. And then here's a little baby one. It's the same thing, but just a smaller size. And I got a little aggressive pouring my resin. It got a little messy. So I'm just going to pull this extra parts off. And look, okay, so now we have two candelabras. Oh, you know what would be great? I never really asked people to do this, but I really would love to grow my following. If you guys think about it, you want to share it to a group or share it to a friend, I would sincerely appreciate you. Okay, now let's do this candelabra. This one has a nice stand on it. I don't really know what this is. I think it's just detail. And then it has three different arms for the candles. It's really detailed and intricate right here, so I'm just going to try to be very careful that I don't break it. Oh, oh my goodness. Now I see what it is. It's actually like a man, put my glasses on, like a statue man or woman. No, it looks like a man, and he's hugging the candlestick. Oh, wow. Oh, love, love, love. So, now last, but certainly not least, let's do the big old chandelier. It makes such a cool sound. Oh my God. Now look at that detail. Love it. It even has, you can see the little light bulbs. The detail on these are just simply amazing. What I'll do is I'll take pictures and I'll post them on the Facebook page and the YouTube community post so you can see these. These are just truly amazing. Very happy with my purchase. Like I said, I don't even remember how much I paid for them, but I just knew that they were worth it. But look how nice the black resin comes out. Like, I really don't need, yes, right? I really don't need to paint it. Let me see if I can get you up there. Now, the really crazy thing is that see how shiny it is when it just touches the air? But something about being in the mold, it becomes matte. It even does it in the longer setting resin that's normally clear and see-through and shiny. Even that is matte like that, even though the back is shiny. I don't know. Something to do with the way it chemically reacts with the mold. All right, so my goal or my plan is to take the skull and put it in the layered ornament frame thing that we have here. And then I'm going to use one of these. Don't know exactly which one yet. And we're just going to put it like on the outside of, so we'll be decorating and painting it and bringing out all the detail, but we're going to do that in a while. So we're just going to stick these to the side. All I know is my head is just spinning with so many different things that I can do with these. Okay, let's see if these are dry. Almost. Now, I generally typically don't like to use my heat gun during a live because I really like to work and not bore people with doing this, but if we want to go to the next step, we're going to have to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So let's get back to how I'm going to give away that mold, the Blitz mold. How about everybody just give me one comment, like what you would do with the Blitz mold. Maybe you'll gift it to a friend who loves creating and loves Christmas, so the snowflakes would be perfect gift for somebody. Or maybe you wanted to buy one last year, but your local person that has them was out of stock, or just give me anything, or why you would like to win that Blitz mold. Again, it's this one right here. So there's big snowflakes, little snowflakes, and these are very detailed. Like this one and this one are just simply amazing. I would recommend the resin in those. If you do use clay and you have a little hard time getting out, just stick your air dry clay in your entire mold in the freezer, 20 minutes, and then you pop them out, they come right out. Oh, you don't have the mold? Well, it could be yours. Now you'll notice that I'm working on like this glass surface. This is probably the best investment I made for all of my crafting. Normally I used to just use, it was a plastic mat, but I could never get it clean. Even though I use my baby wipes, I tried to clean as I would go, but this is simply amazing. I just take my little razor blade, and everything just scrapes right off, and it's clean. I normally do that at the end, but I just wanted to show you. I highly, highly recommend it. All right, let's see how. Okay, I like to put them on. Oh, Christmas! I give them to teachers at school. Very cool. Those would make great gifts because you could put the year on it. You could do all kinds of different things. Ornaments out of it. Yep. You know what you could do is like the double-sided ornaments, especially with the shimmer or the glitter. Oh my goodness. Maybe we'll have to do that one time. Maybe one of these lives, or I'll have to do a special live where we do the double-sided ornaments. I can show you. I'm sure you probably already know, but I can show you how to make the double-sided ornament without having to glue it. Thank you. All right. I think I'm over drying this one. I forget this one is the glossy paint. And this one is just the matte. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put the decor tacky glue on because we need to put the gold flakes on this one, and we need to put, where to go, my velvet powder on this one, but we need to use the correct glue to make sure it stays on. Let's see. I would give the mold to a close artist friend who teaches and supports youth with mental, and she's beautiful person, makes such a difference for her students. That is super sweet. What is the man who makes it? This one is by glassboardstudio.com. I got on Amazon. They have all different sizes, all different different shapes too, like rectangle or square. This one's white. It comes in white, black, or blue, but I highly recommend it. I'm starting a link to know, something that I think it's called link to know, and then I'm gonna put that in here. I also have an Amazon shop that I should list all of the favorite things that I use, so that way if you ever see me use something, you'll know exactly what it was. Or you can always ask me too. I have no problem sharing. Oh, so real quick, well, I'm going to just yammer while I'm putting this glue on. I'm just looking for the right brush. I want something that's kind of sturdy, but not too wide. We'll just go with this one. So I woke up to a comment in my YouTube this morning that said, basically she called me basic because I only answered the people's comments that were complimentary to me. So, like if somebody said, great video, I loved it, I replied back, oh, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. Or, I really like what you did here, it's beautiful. And I would write, thank you very much. There are a few people that wrote, what kind of stencil is this? What rust stuff did you use? And so she wrote to me saying that I was very basic, that I didn't answer those questions. And, sometimes it's so easy for somebody to be negative on, social media. They're hiding behind the keyboard. I don't know who they are. And just to say something ugly like that is just, I know they're trying to be hurtful. It didn't bother me at all. But what happened was, as I went back and I looked at it, and this is a video from a year and a half, 2 years ago. So sometimes I don't even get notifications, but I did get notification that she commented on it. So sometimes, you know, technology can be a little wonky. But I went back and I looked. In my description of the video, I had a list of every project or every product I used. Everything. Right down, it wasn't even a stencil, it was decoupage paper. I even had the links on where they could buy it. And I think I may have even listed the steps. But definitely in my video, I showed exactly how to do it and what I used. And for her, all these questions were like, well, how did you do it? What did you use? And I'm thinking to myself, I probably saw the comment and was like, oh my goodness, I don't have time to write all that right now. So I used to write, descriptions and comments, but you know, people wouldn't look at it. So I simply replied to her, and I tried to be as nice and polite as possible. But I said, I put it all in the description. It's in the video, so they didn't watch the video. So if that doesn't make me basic, that makes them basic. I don't know. Those of us who do videos, and those of us who don't even maybe do videos, if you're doing a project and you're spending your time showing somebody, you know, you might not have 30 minutes to answer everybody's questions. So I don't know. I spend a lot of time preparing for my videos. I spend a lot of time editing and doing and making sure I get all the descriptions in. Not so much editing on my live videos like this one, but on like a normal video I do. Hi, son. My son's peeking in the window. So to see that comment, it's kind of like, what the? Because I know that I cover my bases and I write everything down. And it's kind of like on Marketplace. As if any of you sell on Marketplace, then you know, like you put the description of what the item is, you put the exact measurements, you put the color, and then you get a message. Is this still available? And how big is it? You're just like, didn't I write that in the direction or the description? And sometimes it's just, it's just kind of irritating, I guess you could say. But anyway, regardless of what she wrote and what I responded, all it does is help my algorithm, right? Because there was some engagement. Though I do, those of you that know me and have gotten a response from me, I do try to answer everybody. When I first started YouTube, I wasn't doing the comments. I thought that Facebook would have been more important, so I was trying to focus more on Facebook. But I realized how important YouTube is and how much I love YouTube. So I've gone back to a couple years, a couple videos, and if I see a comment that I missed, I do try to respond. But I don't respond to all of them. I can't, but I try. So if you've ever commented and I commented you back, thank you for commenting. If you commented and I forgot to comment back or I didn't give you a heart or a like, I apologize. I'm liking it right now. Oh, yes. I know. But you know what? To me, it's just that person is probably just not a happy person. They probably got something going wrong in their life, and they're probably just taking it on me, and that's okay because I don't let things like that bother me, so it doesn't bother me. I just thought I'd share because I thought that's what I woke up to this morning. A beautiful, nice comment. But seriously though, for every one negative comment I get 100 nice comments. So I don't worry about that kind of stuff. All right, so now the tacky glue is on, and we're going to let that dry for a minute. Let's see, Nancy put something. Thank you for being so generous with your resources and information. Of course, because you know what? I enjoy doing this so much. I like to share. I know sometimes I can be long-winded. I talk fast, but that's just because my brain works fast. Like around here in my studio, I've got about 17 piles of different projects that I need to do or want to do, and I'll get to them, but... If you're a creative, your mind is always going. All right. So these are going to dry. Now what I want to do is I want to think about what I'm going to put on the background. So the skull basically takes up most of this circle, the innard of the... I can always offset him a little bit. And maybe put the candelabra or something in the middle too. So we have time to play. That's the thing, is there's just too many options. So I'm glad you were here with me to help me make up my mind. I pulled out a bunch of different papers, and this was my first thought. It's not really scary, but I thought maybe some of the roses and that the sheet music would be really kind of interesting with the skull on it or around it. Then, of course, this is really neat paper. This is by Decoupage Queen. This with the gold in the background. That's kind of neat because we can turn him gold. We can turn him whatever color that we want. And then, of course, I have these, let me fix that. All these spooky little papers. So I have them in the little sizes and I have them in the big size. The problem is he is so big that you really can't see too much. Ooh, that looks kind of eerie, doesn't it? That color coming through the back, it looks like his eyes are glowing. Okay, and oh, I love this paper. This is the paper, I believe this is from last year. This would be cool too. Now, I kind of wish that I was putting him on a bigger page. I guess I can maybe use the little skull and maybe a bone. Those two are not very fitting though. They don't, the sizes are too Ooh, look at this one. That is really cool too. So see, guys, my problem, look at this one. This one just has a bunch of skulls in the background. That is cool too. Look. So it's kind of like the skulls underneath are looking through. Oh my goodness. You would think that I was a really creepy person because I like all this eerie stuff, but really I'm not. I just love Halloween. I love, we are always like the scariest house in our neighborhood and the kids all love it. And, one year, I didn't decorate as much as I normally do, and I tell you what, the kids were disappointed. Though one time I had one of the parents get a little bit annoyed because our house was so scary. But you know what? They don't have to come up to our door. We have a whole courtyard, and I always decorate it really scary. That's the back. Okay, so we're not going to use the back. Ooh, I do have a friend who her name's Colleen Baxter. She used the back of these little things and put them in the little frames by IOD. You know, the molds, the frames, and they look so cute. She used the other pack that looks like this. It has like spiders and stuff in it. Really cool. That one's no good. And pumpkins, and I'm not really sure how that would look. Ooh, even classic can be scary. That's true. I like that saying. Even classy can be scary. I like that a lot. I get like 1-800 trick or treat, 800 trick or treaters. Yeah, that's a lot. Yep. We get a lot too. I'm not exactly sure how much, but probably not 800. Probably more like 500. But our neighborhood's just full of kids, and a lot of kids come into our neighborhood. Okay, so we also have this, but this would be cool though. But this will have to do like on a bigger surface. And let's see. So pumpkins. Yeah, so all of these are just not really going to work. So I think I might go with my... what do you think? I really do like even the piano. Have you ever seen Green and Road catalog that sells? No, I haven't. Now I'm going to have to look it up, Kim. I've not seen that. I'm glad you commented that here because I can go back and check out that name because I will forget it. What do you think? Should I use this one with the roses? Let's see. It has to go on this little teeny circle, so it's really not that big. And then the skull kind of takes over, but maybe no. It just doesn't look right. What was the one where? Oh, the skull paper. Yes, that one was really cool because it kind of looked like. It looked like. Let me see if I can find it real quick. There it is. It looked like eyes were coming through. So if we do something like this. We have the Disney Trick or Treat neighborhood in Marco. Oh, wow. Very nice. Let me ask, you guys give away those big candy bars? I remember being a kid, and there was always this one house in our neighborhood that gave away the big full-size candy bars, and we all had to go to that house first. Okay, so whenever you're decoupaging, you always want to do a little background of white. And you can either use white paint. I like to use acrylic primer. You can even use white gesso, whichever one. Okay, so here we go. And I'm just going to brush some of this on. And while this is drying, I think my tacky glue might be ready for the velvet powder and the gold flakes. Wait to see this stuff. It is amazing. And the white just helps the design of decoupage paper pop. If you didn't care that it was brighter, if you wanted to be a little on the darker side, then we didn't have to. You don't have to paint it white. We do. Oh, Kim, look at you. I'm coming to your house. I know you're local. I'm coming. Do you give away Twix? Kit Kat? I love it. I do like the paper. Here we go. I do like the paper with the music piano and spiderweb. Yes. The skulls. Yes. I know, right, Diana? It's really hard to choose. But I really think that because my surface is so small, or it's not that much, that this one gives the most bang for the buck. All right. So I have sticky everywhere, so everything keeps flying around because it's sticking to my hand. Let's start with the black velvet powder. I'm just going to give it just a little bit of a dry because there's a few places that might have a little bit of drips. Then what I'll do is I'm going to zoom in on it so you can watch as I put the velvet powder on. Just real quick, just because some areas still have a little bit of white pulling up. Ooh, Snickers. Yeah. Snickers makes the cutest commercials, don't they? Like when they're hungry, they turn into somebody else and they have Snickers and they return to whoever they are. It's cute. This one's dry too, so we're going to be able to do both of them. Wow, I've already been on for 42 minutes. That's a long for me. Normally I'm like in and out 25 minutes. I guess that's typically because I don't ever dry. But you know what? Everybody else use the dryer, so I'm going to just start using the dryer. Okay, so I am going to grab my black velvet powder, and I'm just putting it on a piece of decoupage paper upside down. Ooh, almond joy? Yeah, I can't do that. Coconut is not one thing that I can do. I just cannot take coconut. Okay, so these come in two different sizes. They come in this size or they come in that size. And I have them in all different colors. You can get them from online from a bunch of people that have them too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and just a brush. And as I pour it on, I'm just going to push it down. Just that will make sure that the velvet stays on. Oh yeah, I wanted to zoom in. Let me zoom in. I'm going to get me off the screen. And we're just going to zoom in so you can really see. All right. And I'll do the same thing for the glitter. How's that? Is that good? All right. Put my glasses on so I can see. And you just simply pour it out. You can just see how soft it looks. You probably can't from being the live, but I can see it just comes out like little fluffs. And this is plenty to do. This velvet is plenty. I might be missing a lot. I might have to shake some off and pick it back up. But this is exactly why you want to use the coat of paint that matches your velvet powder underneath, just in case certain areas don't have quite as much velvet powder as other areas. Oh, isn't this amazing? Oh, it's crazy. Something, a small little project like this, and how much money goes into something like this. But you know what? For me, I just thoroughly enjoy creating and I enjoy sharing with you, hanging out. I know Thursdays are tough for people to get. But for those of you that are here, I am going to reward somebody with the Blitz. Blitz mold. Okay, so I've got it pretty well sprinkled. Now I'm going to go back with my brush and I'm just going to kind of pat. And all I'm doing is I'm making sure that I'm pushing that velvet powder into that tacky glue. Now the hard part is going to be to make sure that I get all of these, but I'm going to do the best I can. These little frames are so intricate and they come in all different sizes and shapes. They're a lot of fun to use. I have this spooky cabinet that I'm filling up with different Halloween items. And I'll change it out for the season, so I'll put Christmas in soon. I need to take a picture, but I'm still working on just a few more things. Like I have some creepy dolls, some old books. It's just a bunch of fun. Okay, so then what you do is you just pick it up, dust it off, and then look. Now, if you could feel that, you'd be amazed at what it feels like. Now, look right here. If you can see that, like I missed a part of the tacky glue. I can either go back and add some tacky glue, let it tack up and put it on, or just leave it like that. That's part of the reason why, again, like I said earlier, that's why you paint it that under color, color underneath the same color in case you miss a little area. So there's that. Now I can take this and I can pour it back into my bottle. We'll put that to the side to dry. And so then you just simply, whoopsies. I'll try to do this. It's kind of sticking the paper. I'll do that later when I'm off camera. Next, we're going to, now this one is really messy, but it's beautiful. Yes, the velvet powder is just simply amazing. It is, like I said, it comes in all different colors, and it's just fun to use and fun to play with. Of course, Kim, I love doing this. All right, so next, let me just put a cap on this real quick. The gold flakes. This is just like gold leafing, except for they come in little chunks, little flakes. For me, I find it way easier to use because sometimes the big sheets, they're just so big and then they just start floating away. This I seem to have more control of. So I'm going to do it the exact same way I did with the velvet, but I'm using flakes. So I'm just going to pour it on. Watch this. So I put it on, then I take my brush, and then I just simply paint. And I'm hoping I got tacky glue everywhere where I needed to, but let me just show you what is sticking in my hands. So see that? Isn't that gorgeous? Of course, after I put it on all of it, I'll take a little rag and make sure that I've gotten all the gold leaf smooth and all the extra parts off. But that's how easy it is. And again, this comes in a ton of colors too. Red, pink, green, black, gold, bronze, copper, and it even has a mixture. Like I have this one here. It has a mixture of some coppers and golds. So this one is a fun one to use too. And when I'm done, I can put the extra flakes back in the jar and use it for the next project. It is a little messy, but what fun is it? Messy, right? All right. I'm just going to put a bunch more on because I want to make sure I cover every little spot with the gold because the gold is so pretty. Now keep in mind, we're going to be putting this over the gold. So look how beautiful that is going to be. Right? Oh my gosh, I'm going to need those for Christmas tags. Absolutely. There's gold, there's silver, there's so many different colors. Green. And it's just super easy to use. And for me, I don't find this to be as messy as the flakes. For some reason, or the sheets. For some reason, me and those foil sheets, I'm a little bit more messy with those. So I like these flakes. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of brush over the whole part of my frame. I do see a few areas that I missed. But again, having that yellow, oops, let me get on that. Having the yellow color underneath makes it blend more than if it was just that wood color still. So you can see here, I missed, and I'll definitely need to go back because I don't like that. I'll take some more tacky glue and put it there to dry. But just for right now, I want to get off all the extra. And then what you do, after you get it all on and you get all the extra parts off, you just seal it with like a clear varnish. That way you'll know that the rest is not coming off. But look how beautiful. Messy too. But totally worth the mess. Now all this is easy cleanup. You just simply put it back into the jar. Oops. So for the next week though, I'll probably have glitter over everything that I own. But it's worth it. So I'm going to take a little baby wipe. I always have baby wipes handy. Well, it's really not cleaning very well, but that's okay. You get the idea. So this is just to do a baseline just to see where we're at. So we have this. We still have this background piece. Do we have to use it? No. Let me zoom out because I can't see. Oh, that's in. I'm going to go out. Okay. So we still have this piece here. So we need to decide if we even want to use it. So it adds a whole totally different layer to it. And actually the brown doesn't even look that bad underneath it. You know, you could paint it black so that way it's like a sandwich, the gold between the black. And then there's also this piece here that can go on. So I could technically do this again in the gold flakes. That'd be really pretty too. But we're not going to do that yet. We're going to talk about this. We're going to decoupage the middle. What did I do with the... Oh, I think it fell. There it is. So we're going to... All right, so look, I'm running really long here, guys. I know you guys have other things to do. So let's go ahead and let's do the Blitz mold. How am I going to give that out to somebody? Where did I put, here it is. Let's just, what I'll do is, I'll wrap up this live. We'll do this, we'll put the skull on. And then maybe I'll come back on tomorrow or something, or I'll just do pictures. But I'll go on and I'll look at all the different, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put everybody's name in a hat that commented today. At one point to this video, put it all in and I'll draw it and I'll do that live. I'll record it and then put it down there. And then that way you can, whoever I pick randomly, I will tag you in the little post I'm going to do in a little bit. And then you can DM me your address if you're not local and I'll be happy to send it to you. So you'll get this. Yay. And then next week, because I bought so many, I'll probably give away a Holly Lane. That's the one that has all the holiday. That one's from last year also. I have a lot of those too. So I'll give away, let me give away a Holly Lane next week. But this week it's definitely a Blitz. Okay? Oh, that paper, right? All right, so real quick, we'll just decoupage this on. I like to use the Pentart. And I generally use the matte, especially for the base, the first layer, just because it's easier. You don't really see the matte. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Nice, even as possible layer. I am a messy crafter, y'all. I have stuff everywhere. All right. So now I need to decide, do I want to use the brighter or do I want to use the darker? I think we need to go with the lighter because I like that way it pops. So let's go in this corner right here. We're going to stick it on. And then I'm going to decoupage the top on, and then I'm going to sand the edges off. Then eventually we'll figure out what we're going to do with this little guy. But, oh, you know what? How cool would this be? Something like, we could do a skull and crossbones, like a pirate. That might have to be for another project, but look at how cute that would be too. Y'all, this is, there are so many options. I can't, my brain hurts. Okay, where did I get the mold? Peggy, I got the skull one. It's by Snipart. I got off of Amazon. And then the chandelier one is by Zuri, and I got it from TH Decor. I will drop a link in the comments. I'll pin it to the top so you'll know exactly where it was. If you're local and you're interested in some of these, just shoot me a DM and say, can you cast me some? I'll make you some of these in resin, and then you can just purchase them from the shop. If you're from far away, then I can always mail them too. But you just have to DM me, and that way I know that you're interested. I'm not trying to sell them by any means, but I do want to be supportive. If you don't want to buy a whole mold, you just want one set of the skulls, then I'll be happy to help you with that. I just can't sell them because I sell IOD, which they are amazing, amazing, amazing molds, but they don't have a skull or a candelabra. Okay, so again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off, and then I'm going to write everybody's name down one time that commented, throw it in a jar, hit record, pull somebody's name out, and then I will tell you who wins the... And it doesn't matter if you commented on Facebook or YouTube. I'm going to look at both of them, okay? And if you have any suggestions for what I should do with the skull, just let me know. Message me here, DM me. And if you have anybody that would be interested in seeing the cool products you can use, share it with them, like the skull and stuff. Okay? You guys take care, and I will talk soon. Okay. Have a great day.